And today I have with me someone who has scored 99.99 percentile in the quant section. When you saw 99.99 in the quant section, what was your reaction?
I attempted all the questions. Literally all the questions.
I was just not comfortable with maths. Alright, so CAT level maths is like slightly higher from what we've studied.
लौंडियाबाजी चल रही है, मजे चल रहे हैं, है ना? सीधी भाषा में बोलूँ आपको तो क्वांट VRC DILR this makes up.
I think engineer, non-engineer ये सब बहाने होते हैं. आपके सामने एक इंजीनियर बैठा है, एक नॉन इंजीनियर भी बैठा है. So if we people can do it, I think anyone can do it. I didn't do number system, I didn't do permutation combination, I didn't do algebra, geometry, nothing.
If you could do this, you will end up getting 97 to 99 percentile. You will end up.
Did you join any particular coaching center, or what material did you refer to? Any book? What was your frequency of revision? How often would you revise? आपने कौन से mocks लिए और क्या कितनी frequently आपने mocks दिए?
You have to focus more on learning new concepts. Find a new question in CAT which has not been appeared in past 20-25 years. If you bleed more in mocks, you bleed less in CAT. Oh, that happened actually in between my tests. That really happened in between my test. I have to change my location from one place to another place.
So my lowest score in the quant section was 42 percentile. Just by attempting 7 right questions, you can score 95 percentile. What's any advice for the people who are repeating this year?
मैं सिर्फ खाली बैठ के कर रहा होता हूँ, मेरा कैट बिगड़ जाता तो मेरे को जो लॉस होता ना वो ज्यादा होता है as compared to मेरे पास कोई बैकअप ऑप्शन.
You have been a part of my journey. We know how things have been for us.
ये तीन चीज जो है ना, इनमें से कोई हर बंदा ना एक चीज में वीक होता है. 2 में भी मिलेंगे, 3 में भी मिलेंगे लेकिन एक में तो पक्कम पक्की होते हैं कोई ना कोई. ठीक. I need a friend like Karan, so we are like brothers.
Yes, bro. So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And those of you who don't know me, I am Karanjeet Singh and I have scored 95 percentile in the quant section. And today I have with me someone who has scored 99.99 percentile in the quant section. So basically he's an engineer and I'm a non-engineer. So in this video we'd be sharing both sides of the stories. What it's like to prepare for quants as a non-engineer and as an engineer. So let's get started.
So yeah, thanks a lot Karan for having me here today in your channel. And I'm so excited for today's video. Frankly speaking, this is my first ever video on YouTube. So if I make any error, then just please excuse me. But one thing I promise, that in this video there will be no exaggeration, just the real me. So introducing myself, I am Arun and I have done my bachelor's in computer science and engineering from NIT Goa. And I was gold medalist and director medalist of 2021-2025 batch computer science and engineering in NIT Goa. So I will give just brief about myself, that being an engineer, I'll be dealing both sides, like how you tackle this pressure of maths or how the maths is helpful or it is difficult being an engineer.
So bro, first of all tell me, when you saw 99.99 in the quant section, what was your reaction? Like were you expecting it or did it come as a surprise?
So yeah, when I saw 99.99 percentile actually, I was expecting around percentile, but this much high percentile, frankly speaking, I was not expecting. So it was really shock to me that I could also score this much percentile. So yeah, it was quite a shocking moment for me, and at the same time, I was happy also that all the work which I did paid off.
So bro, for me, like when I saw 95 percentile in my scorecard, honestly I was not expecting it. I thought that I was going to get 90 or 91 percentile. So yeah, it was surprising for me also. So now bro, tell me, like as an engineer, were you always comfortable with maths or was CAT level quants different?
Yeah. So I believe this is very good questions for all engineers in the house we have. Basically speaking, like I have background of JEE also. I have cleared JEE advanced, JEE mains, that I'm that kind of person. So the kind of math which we study for engineering really helps in CAT. That is for sure, it helps in CAT. But point is that you have to deal all those maths in just 40 minutes you have to do right. So when you deal all these things in just 40 minutes, it is not about what you know, it is about how you deliver. And adding to this point, one more thing which I like to add is this exam is of 2 hours, 40 minutes each section. So it is about how you perform at that moment. It is not at all about ki I have done preparation, this much preparation, I have been studying for this for 5 years. Still you cannot guarantee that you will do well on that day. It is one day game, believe me.
Bro, true. So for me, like as a non-engineer, I'll be very honest. Quants was genuinely very tough for me. I've discussed it with you, and I was just not comfortable with maths. All right, so CAT level maths is like slightly higher from what we've studied. So Quants was genuinely my limitation. Now, bro, tell me what according to you is the biggest myth या फिर सबसे बड़ा misconception क्या है about scoring 99 plus percentile?
The biggest myth I believe is ki in today's day we see different lectures in YouTube. They will exaggerate things that oh I scored 99 point this percentile, so I am great person, and if I could not score then I am a failure. See, it is about consistency. एक कहावत होती है, ये राहें करती हैं बातें दिलों से. तो it fits really well for this. You need not to be perfect, but you need to be consistent throughout. Just practice throughout. You will not get it in one day, but I'm very sure you will get one day.
That's true.
है ना, in one day you won't get, but one day you will surely get. So till the time, be consistent. It is about, see, training of brain. You are in the training phase. As much as mistakes you do here, you avoid it later. And frankly speaking, ये जो CAT exam है, this is exam of life. ये आपको इसके बाहर भी बहुत चीजें सिखाएगा. For any other exams, IELTS, CELPIP or GRE, GMAT you prepare, this VRC is really going to help you. This will make you as a person. Quant, VRC, DILR, this makes a person. It develops general intelligence and common sense. And the thing is rightly said that common sense is not common in all. So these exams, if you prepare, you inherently build your common sense.
Bro, that's so true. Bro, but according to me, there is one more thing, and I'm sure you'll agree with it. It's a myth among people that they think that they have to cover the entire syllabus to score 99.99 percentile. Do you agree with that? Because for me, like, आपको तो पता ही है, I've only done arithmetic in the quant section. I didn't do number system, I didn't do permutation combination, I didn't do algebra, geometry, nothing. And just by doing arithmetic, I could score 95 percentile. So what do you think?
Very good question, Karan. And answering to this question, I will say it is a matter of time. For example, I started preparation so early, like in middle of my BTech I started, so I have very good amount of time. So for me, I have...
You started during your
Yeah,
BTech
I
year?
started.
Which semester?
I believe start of third semester I started, because my goal was clear that I have to some way get to this point.
So you wanted to do an MBA?
Yeah, so it was decided already that I wanted to do an MBA, and I was too much fascinated with this percentile, as I've mentioned. No, they used to exaggerate, oh, I am 99 percentiler, ye wo, but it is just a matter of time. If I can do that, you also can do that. And answering to that question, what I will say that I had enough amount of time. So I prepared number system, then your arithmetic, then algebra, then permutation combination, probability statistics. I completed almost 100% syllabus. But I won't advise you this. The reason I won't advise you this, see, because first it has got 3 points. Reason one, this exam is only of 40 minutes. And if you do rough calculation, 3.5 minutes per question, then also you'll be able to solve just 10 questions. And for that 10 questions, you need not to complete whole syllabus. For those 10 questions, and if around you take 2.5, 3 minutes, then 10, 11, max to max 12 questions. So you need not to cover full syllabus if you are good to go with arithmetic, algebra or number system. Arithmetic, algebra is good. If you are good to go with, then go with number system also. And this, you should rather focus on your accuracy. For example, if I am doing 10 to 12 questions, out of this, if I could get 10 or 11 questions correct out of 12, say, then you are good to go. This is matter of accuracy, not like I have covered that much syllabus. Yeah, that was, you cannot say my mistake, but I will advise you to do so, because at the end of the day, if you could do this, you will end up getting 97 to 99 percentile. You will end up.
Bro, I totally agree with you on the accuracy part, but I also believe that whatever little that we are doing, we should do that with perfection. Like for in my case, I only did arithmetic, but I made sure that I cover all the questions that were there. All right. So so now tell me, what books or coaching material did you follow, or did you make your own notes?
So going on to this part, see, whatever coaching and whatever material and matter you take, most important part is always make your own notes for each and everything you do. It is not about you are doing things, it is about how good you are in revision on the D-day, deciding day. See, your mind has got a cache memory and it can store up to that part only. If you have studied one thing and if you cannot recall it on your deciding day, it is as good as you have not studied that. It is as good as you have never ever looked into that concept. So revision is the thing. Okay, like what I will say, if you study after say you have completed full syllabus, just study 20% and revise 80%, 20-80 rule. Revision is so much important, and for that revision you have to make your own notes.
Yeah, bro, that's true.
Either wind it or mind it.
So, bro, did you join any particular coaching center, or what material did you refer to? Any book?
So for VRC I referred especially Arun Sharma. It has got good level of questions, and for overall I will say I referred Rodha. I believe you all have heard Rodha is a nice channel, and multiple websites also I have referred for.
So you watched their videos on YouTube, or did you purchase their course?
So like I have like in my starting phase I have watched those videos in YouTube, because Rodha has got a proper playlist for quant also and for DILR also, and I will say you should watch YouTube lectures of DILR of Rodha. They really build your brain, है ना? So yeah, I followed that part.
Yeah, man, great. Even I've heard a lot about Rodha, but I joined iQuanta. You must have heard of it. And their maths faculty, I believe they are amazing. Especially shout out to Abhishek sir and Raj sir. They were really awesome. They know how to get into a non-engineer's brain. So yeah, that was really helpful. So now, bro, another question to you would be, how important was revision compared to learning new topics? Like, what was your frequency of revision? How often would you revise?
Yeah. So this is, I believe, one of the most important questions to answer. So see, I will divide this into 3 phases: starting phase, learning phase, and ending phase. When you are in starting phase, no, you are starting new things. Then you focus on increasing learned new concepts. Means you have to focus more on learning new concepts. During this time, at least once or twice you have to do revision, because revision is necessary to take a link or to make a link for new concepts to come. Once you have covered a good number of topics and good coverage you have, then go for like 50% new things, 50% revision. Okay, and this will ensure that you are revising past things and you are focusing on current things also. And when once you have completed all the things, then go for 20-80%, because see, it is never ending journey.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
you say one topic, RDC, recurring decimal cyclicity, you will find so many topics in that. If you take algebra, you will find so many topics in that. Graphs, you will find
That's
so many
why I
topics.
didn't
So
do
it is-
any of those.
yeah, so it is never ending topics, frankly saying. But at the end of your journey, you should be like just doing 10-20% new things, or if you don't do new things, then also fine. But 80 to 90% time should be spent on your revision, because revision is training your brain to think in that direction. Because the reason is that you will find a new question in CAT which has not been appeared in past 20-25 years. So for that you need to train your brain, so that if any test comes, then you get to pass
The test, correct. But for me, bro, you know what? I had a very fixed like system. So on every Sunday, I would revise whatever I had studied throughout the week. So this was my pattern right from the start. On every Sunday, I would revise what I had studied from Monday to Saturday. All the questions I would do again and again, till until I get used to it. So now tell me, what role did mocks play in your journey, and आपने कौन से mocks लिए और क्या कितनी frequently आपने mocks दिए?
Yeah. So answering to this question, what I feel is कि mock is a battle. See, it there is one saying: if you bleed more in peace, you bleed less in war. This fits exactly well for this. The reason which I am saying, if you bleed more in mocks, you bleed less in CAT. See, it is like I am preparing for a good level examination. So it is not always about concepts. It is about adapting to the environment. The thing which I mentioned earlier, that if I am prepared too well, I have covered all the concepts, but I am not adaptive to that environment, because it is not the test which you can sit at your home at your own convenience and can give, right? You have to adapt to the climate. For example, in this time, like multiple things occurred with me. My system got hanged in the exam center, and then I had to shift my center. So you should be ready, I will say.
So when did that happen? At the start of the test or?
No, that happened actually in between my tests. That really happened in between my test. I have to change my location from one place to another place.
You were on which section? Con?
Was, I believe, on DILR section. DILR section. You can believe it, bro. DILR section.
Oh, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. So what I will say, no, this is very disruptive strategy, but I will say that मैं इसके लिए तैयार था, because मैंने when I was preparing for my mocks, then at the end I kept 4 or 5 mocks in which I disrupted myself with different things. For example, someone is coming, someone is going, or I have to shift my places. So this is like a very top level, topper advice, something you can say. Like when you are fully prepared with mocks, no, then just keep 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptions, so that if you face that disruption, still you don't get deviated from that. And that I literally faced in my DLR part. So you can literally think it was very hard to get back focus. But yeah, I was having quite a good level training for that. So I was able to manage.
ओके और बाकी जहाँ तक मॉक्स की बात है, हम दोनों ने क्रैकू के मॉक्स लिए थे, राइट? एंड आई रिमेंबर हाउ ही ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू स्कोर अ लॉट मोर देन मी. So bro, now tell me, what was your lowest sectional score in the quant section, and how did that affect you mentally?
Yeah, so answering to this question, what I felt that my lowest score was around, I really don't remember exactly, but it was quite low. Hai no one is born as a winner in this world. This is the scene.
Quite low as in, can you give us the
exact figure you want?
Not exact, but
around percentile was around 85, 86 something, 80, 85, 86. Yeah. Frankly speaking, I don't remember it exactly, because I don't want to exaggerate anything that I was this and I was that. But yeah, it was quite low. But it is about, like, if you have confidence and if you want to do, no, then you will do. Yes. It is about, if you win the battle here, you will win the battle there. Yeah. So it is first of all your mind battle. First of all, be compatible and comfortable with the subjects and with the topics you have. You should own your topics. You should not owe your topics. You should own your topics. And if you own your topics, yeah, then this exam is very good to go. It is strategy based 2-hour exam.
So my lowest score in the quant section was 42 percentile. Arun bhai knows it very well. So right after the mock, I gave him a call. I was feeling very low. Alright, I was feeling extremely low. But the way he motivated me, and the way, if it wasn't for him, I would have literally given up that day. So thank you so much, bro.
Mention not, bro. It is always about, like, I take some advice from him and he gives some advice to me. It is both ways connection.
But mostly I am the one who on the taking side.
No, not at all this way.
So bro, tell me, how many questions did you attempt in the CAT 2025 and what was your score?
So I attempted all the questions. I attempted all the questions, literally all the questions. But I really won't advise you all people to do that. But I attempted all the questions, and the reason was that I have
all the questions. You were not gambling, right?
Yeah, because I have covered that topics, and see, what I had as a strategy was that, like, just remember this like a story. this is always good. This is a brainer which I am giving you. Just remember all the things like a story. पहले ये आता है, फिर ये आता है, फिर ये यहाँ से ये relate होता है. Don't mug up or remember any formula. Just know application and story की तरह याद रखो. कहानी चलनी चाहिए. For example, if you go in a theater, you watch a movie. How did you recognize or get to know that movie for 3 years, for 3 hours? 3 years. That was my film for CAT. I'm talking about my CAT film that extended more than 3 years. So for 3 hours, how you get to focus on that because you make connections. You remember this like a story. So your brain is trained like that. If you learn something like a story, you get to remember it for a longer period of time and in a good way. So I remembered it as a story. And adding on that, as I have told that I have covered all the concepts, like all the topics, all the concepts. So I was able to attempt all, but I won't advise and recommend you all to attempt all the questions.
That's not required,
Yeah, that is actually not required. That was my fun game, so I did.
bro. So the 99.99 isn't fun. It's all.
I believe, I don't know. I was like, it was okay, but yeah.
So, bro, now make a guess. How many questions did I attempt? What do you think?
Because he is my very good friend and we were in contact when we were preparing for CAT, right? So I believe he always attempted max to max 10 to 11 to 12 questions, and out of that, I believe if you have attempted 12 questions, then 10 or 11 would have been correct.
In mocks, I used to attempt 10, 11, 12 questions. But on the D day, how many did I attempt?
You attempted around 13, 14.
9 questions I attempted. 9 questions. Out of which 2 of them were wrong and only 7 were right. Oh. So just by attempting 7 right questions, you can score 95 percentile. This is the message I want to put out there. And I just attempted arithmetic questions. I didn't know any other topic. So now tell me, how do you decide which questions to attempt, which questions not to attempt? What was your strategy?
So I believe, to answer this question, no. I will say there is trade-off between 2 things. One thing is that if you complete all the topic, all the syllabus, if you complete, no, then you will always be in ambiguity that which question I should choose, which question I leave, because you have covered all the topics. Each and every question you read, your brain will be like, I can solve this question. Hai So this is a trade-off. And on other hand, you have a trade-off. Other side of the trade-off is you prepare only limited part. For example, if I prepared arithmetic algebra number system, then I'm good to go. If any arithmetic algebra number system question will come, then only I have to attempt, otherwise I have to leave the question. This is as simple as that. So it is handling the trade-off. Sometimes this trade-off costed me a lot in mocks. So for example, I will be sharing strategies for both. For this side of trade-off, if you have covered whole syllabus, then you go for the level of complexity of the question. If the question is too complex, see, if you read a question, generally permutation combination questions, if you have to do too much permutation combination, I'm damn sure you'll be able to do, but it requires time. So time is cost and money there. You cannot afford that. So just leave the question there. And if you can attempt the question, then it is giving an extra edge over others. But on the other hand, if you have covered just 2-3 topics, for example, arithmetic algebra number system, then you are very good to go. Like any arithmetic question, you will be able to solve. Any algebra question, most likely you will be able to solve. And same with number system. So this is the way how you handle trade-off.
Yeah, bro, I totally agree with that. In my case, I only did arithmetic, so I had no option but to look for the questions on arithmetic and just try to make sense out of those. But bro, I made sure, like, we are telling our viewers to not cover the entire syllabus, but whatever you do, you have to do it with perfection. You can't do that half-heartedly and be like, only 7 questions I have to attempt. No. Like in arithmetic, you also know, you have seen my notes, bro. So I made sure I don't miss out on anything. Now, what's any advice for the people who are repeating this year in 2026?
So who are preparing for 2026, I have got a very crucial advice. Please mind it. So advice is that if you are preparing for CAT exam, don't sit at home and prepare for CAT exam. I won't recommend. You should be having another good alternative option. It is not at all an exam which requires you to sit at home and prepare. So anything if you are doing, if you are enrolled in a college, be enrolled in a college and prepare side by side. If you are working professional, then work and side by side handle.
So bro, for instance, somebody is given a CAT and they are only getting a tier 2 or a tier 3 college, let's say. So you are recommending that they should take up that college, and along with that college they should prepare for CAT again. They should not sit at home, right?
Absolutely, I will agree. If you're getting tier 2 tier 3 college, then either you can go for college or you can get a good job, because anyways this 1 year work experience which you will have, no, if you have any plans to go foreign or you want to sit for interview or for placements in MBA, it will work there. So it's better to have a work ex of 1 year and then side by side prepare for CAT.
Right. Now, bhai, give one advice for the people who are going to write CAT for the first time this year. And can you give them some strategy? Yeah, so that can help them.
So, see, first of all, it's a myth that if you are appearing CAT for the first time, you won't be able to score that much good percentile. First of all, it is about training. And second thing, it is just matter of a day. If you could perform well on that day, you are good to go. So for the people who are appearing CAT for the first time, I will say that if you are the one who has started preparation in 1.5 years, then for quant, stick to arithmetic, algebra and number system only, because these are the topics, and specifically speaking, go for arithmetic and algebra for quant. For DILR, it is a matter of braining and thinking here. Hana, you will get, see what I will say, DILR has got some very standard set. For example, ring cutting problem is there, weighing problem is there, different approaches are there, Josephus puzzles are there. So it has got different puzzles. These are very standard puzzles. So now if you have a base, you can build on that. So start with those things. Kakuro puzzles, we have different kinds of puzzles. You have magic box, you have then 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, 7x7 magic box, you have Sudoku, you have. So try developing from these things, develop a way, and see, frankly speaking, I will say, we'll make another video on DILR discussing concept, but I will say, see, each and every exam in this world has a pattern. Even UPSC do have a pattern. So it is about, किसी चीज में हम पैटर्न बहुत आसानी से पता लगा लेते हैं, किसी चीज में पैटर्न पता लगाने में मुश्किल होती है. DILR do have a pattern, believe me or not, it do have a pattern. You just need to catch that pattern कि कुछ स्टैंडर्ड सेट होते हैं, उनके ऊपर सेट बिल्ट होता है. तो जैसे ही आप सेट को अटैक, सी द वे यू अटैक सेट एंड द वे यू क्रैक सेट ना, वो बेस पे बहुत डिपेंड करता है. So each and everything in this world has got a pattern.
Yes, and for me personally, LRDI was very weak, and so Arun bhai really helped me with this section. So anybody who needs help in the LRDI, he's the go-to man. Like, he really knows, he's cracked the LRDI part, right? How much you got in LRDI?
In LRDI, it was 99.98, just 0.01.
We can make a separate video.
Yeah, we'll surely make a video on DILR also.
I scored 96 percentile, but it was only because of his guidance, genuinely. Now, bro, any final message for the students who feel that quants is not for me? I was one of them. You motivated me. You made me believe that no, that's not true. All right, you can do it, provided you follow the right approach. So what would you say to those students?
So to answer this part, I will say that slow, small, but be consistent. Consistency is the key. You got to do that each and every day. See, it is not that exam that you cannot crack. If I have cracked, you also have caliber definitely to crack this exam. Just one thing you need is consistency. Be regular. Try to be regular each and every day. See, it is about having that connection. For example, आपका कोई day बहुत hectic जाता है. Absolutely fine. Life is like that, है ना? In this time you have got your age. आपके पास age है, health है, आपके पास सब है. You got to include all this and put it for making your result. It is about prioritizing things. मैं एक चीज कर सकता हूं, मैं दूसरी चीज, मेरे को अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट देखनी है. ये करूंगा तो मेरे को क्या फायदा होगा, ये करूंगा तो क्या फायदा होगा. So पहली चीज प्रायोरिटाइज करो. This is not the time like in which you will be handling your friends or other stuff. उसके लिए टाइम आएगा, आपके पास बहुत अच्छा टाइम आएगा, है ना. But for that time you need to first prioritize and start small. Be consistent. और किसी दिन अगर आपकी कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं रह रही है तो you just give 10, 15, 20 minutes to CAT, जिससे कि आप थोड़ा टच में रहो, टच मत लूज करो.
और भाई मैनी पीपल से दैट आई एम एन इंजीनियर, तो मेरा VARC वीक है, आई एम अ नॉन इंजीनियर. आई थिंक इंजीनियर नॉन इंजीनियर ये सब बहाने होते हैं. आपके सामने एक इंजीनियर बैठा है, एक नॉन इंजीनियर भी बैठा है. सो इफ़ वी पीपल कैन डू इट, आई थिंक एनी वन कैन डू इट. You just have to be very particular with what you're doing. All right, you don't have to do everything which is available. You have to be very specific. You have to put your efforts in the right direction. That is very important.
Correct. I truly agree with you. And adding on to your part, I will say it is always about कि आप see, मेरे को नहीं लगता है कि जिंदगी में कभी भी आपके like for example if you are in bachelor's, you're doing your bachelor's, at the same time you have to handle CAT, है ना. If you are in working professional, then you have to handle CAT, because कभी जिंदगी में आप खाली नहीं बैठोगे. खाली बैठ के CAT प्रिपरेशन का मेरे हिसाब से कोई सेंस नहीं बनता है. Because see, it is like you are spending your whole 1 year for a just 2-hour exam, and that is also very see. मैंने आपको अपनी circumstance बताई कि मेरे साथ एग्जाम में क्या हुआ. I got a shift my position from here to there. So आपके साथ भी हो सकता है. एंड अगर आपने सी अब यहाँ पे लॉस कितना है, मैंने क्योंकि मैं कुछ चीज और कर रहा था और उसके साथ मैं नहीं कर रहा, तो अगर ये इधर उधर होता ना तो मेरे पास वो अप्रोच था कि मैं उसको हैंडल कर सकता हूं. ठीक है, बट अगर मैं सिर्फ खाली बैठ के कर रहा होता और मेरा कैट बिगड़ जाता तो मेरे को जो लॉस होता ना वो ज्यादा होता है एज कंपेयर टू मेरे पास कोई बैकअप ऑप्शन होता. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड डू नॉट सिट एट होम. Do not sit at home and prepare for CAT, because ये CAT ऐसा एग्जाम ही नहीं है. एंड देन फर्दर आप इंटरव्यूज वगैरह के लिए भी जाओगे ना, आप बोलोगे कि भाई मैंने घर पे बैठ के CAT करा है, तो बोलेंगे भाई ये ऐसा एग्जाम ही नहीं है और आपने क्यों करा, क्या वैल्यू ऑर्डर ऑन करा. और एक बात ही बताओ, अगर मैं इंटरव्यूअर हूं, इफ आई एम इंटरव्यूअर, आई एम इंटरव्यूइंग यू, and at the same time I've got 2 candidates, one who has done his job also and at the same time managed CAT, and other one only CAT, I will definitely prefer the work ex people. Simple, because it has got good decent percentile and handle, and you are preparing for a management exam. Show your management here, show your attitude or management here, है ना. It is a practical way to implement it. Show your management skills here, because MBA में कुछ नहीं है भाई, आपको सिर्फ पढ़ाया जाएगा, फ्रेमवर्क वगैरह पढ़ाए जाएंगे, सारी किताबी बातें हैं. अब कुछ चीज हो रही होती है या कोई फर्म गिर रही होती है, आप किताब लेके तो नहीं बैठोगे ना कि भाई ये कर लो ये कर लो. कॉमन सेंस पे चलता है. MBA builds common sense and practical knowledge you will get here. Implementation you will get.
I totally agree with it.
So yeah. So adding on to our discussion, we'll be making and we'll be posting the video of how to handle both the things together. That is called goal 1, goal 2 approach, and concept of need and want. See, it is like if you want it, no, you will never get it. If you need it, you will get it. So there are two concepts: goal 1, goal 2, and need and want concept, which I really want you, and I will recommend you to see that one. That will make a separate video, and that really worked for me. And as a part of this also, I like in the process I told these things to Karan also, so he also followed that in a very well way. So if you follow that, I believe एक जगह तो आप सक्सीड करोगे, या तो आप जहां कर रहे हो उसमें सक्सीड करोगे, या तो आप कैट में डेफिनेटली सक्सीड करोगे. You got to watch that lesson. I'll be sharing my insights more there.
Yes, bro. And since I know about the goal 1, goal 2 approach, Arun bhai has shared it with me, and I think that was like game changer for me. That really helped me a lot. So bro, one final question to you would be, what did the CAT journey taught you beyond academics? Alright, because I have seen your journey. You have been a part of my journey. We know how things have been for us. So tell me, what did this whole journey taught you beyond academics?
Yeah. So, as I've already mentioned, that this is, I believe, the game of life, है ना. See, first of all, you get to know one thing, that you can manage multiple things together. And in life, after MBA life, you will see you get to manage different things together. आप ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सिर्फ जॉब कर रहे होगे. You will be handling catering your family, other needs, and बहुत सारी चीजें आप एक साथ हैंडल कर रहे होगे, है ना. एंड इट इज अबाउट अनसर्टेनिटी ऑल्सो. तो आप क्यों ना उसकी प्रैक्टिस अभी से डालो, इन स्पाइट ऑफ कि आप 2-2.5 साल बाद अपने पे एक साथ लोड डाल रहे हो कि जॉब भी चाहिए, फिर शादी भी करनी है, फिर अच्छी लड़की भी चाहिए, सब चीजें होती है ना. इट इज अबाउट आप खुद की वैल्यू बना रहे हो, तो आप एक्सपेक्ट करोगे कि दूसरे पर्सन जो आपको मिले वो भी उतनी वैल्यू का हो, है ना. तो यू आर मेकिंग योर वैल्यू, एंड मल्टीपल थिंक करोगे ना, तो कई चीज होती है कि जैसे आपकी एक चीज फेल हुई तो आपके पास दूसरा बैकअप है, कभी कभार ऐसा होता है कि दोनों चीज सक्सीड हो जाती है तो आपको दोनों प्रॉफिट मिलते हैं, लेकिन बहुत कम केसेस में होता है कि दोनों चीज सक्सीड नहीं हो रही है, वो बहुत कम होता है, अनलेस एंड अनटिल कि अब दोनों चीज के लिए वो नहीं हो, जैसे लौंडियाबाजी चल रही है, मजे चल रहे हैं, है ना, सीधी भाषा में बोलूँ आपको, तो फिर तो वो रहता ही है, लेकिन ट्राई टू अवॉइड दिस थिंग, क्योंकि हर चीज का एक एग्जैक्ट टाइम होता है, फॉर दिस टाइम आपको फुली फोकस्ड रहना है, डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होना है, एंड लौंडियाबाजी at no is not at all for this time.
Crazy, man. So, like for me, if I talk about myself, I have learned a lot. The biggest thing I learned is how to handle pressure and self doubt. So, you were a part of my journey. I would have those self doubting sessions. I would just question myself constantly कि क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, मॉक्स में क्यों वो रिजल्ट मुझे क्यों वो आउटपुट क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है, एंड आई वुड जस्ट कीप ऑन क्वेश्चनिंग माई सेल्फ, एम आई गुड इनफ, am I capable enough, and once I even told you, am I worthy enough, am I good for anything?
Yeah, so like adding on to this part, no, see, I always say to Karan that it was God's plan for him. I have witnessed his journey from day one till end, and it was like he was questioning every time that will I be able to do, will I be able not to do. I always said that, bro, be consistent. If God has made a plan and he is keeping you in that curriculum and in that exam, you have got a meaning, and you will get something very good from this exam. And at the end of the day, see, difficulties are not make you weaker, but they make you a strong person. Even if चलो मेरा कैट नहीं होता तो क्या होता भाई, कुछ गेन ही तो कर रहा हूँ. इट इज बेटर कि भाई कि मैं लड़ूं ना और फिर मैं वॉर हार रहा हूँ, वो तो कोई सेंस नहीं है भाई. कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा तो मैं कुछ सीख रहा हूँ, मैंने क्वांट सीखा, वीआरसी डीआईएलआर, मैं कहीं भी जाऊंगा ना मेरा इसके ऊपर एड ऑन होगा, और ये ऐसी चीजें हैं जो आपको इंटरव्यू में काम आएगी. वीआरसी डीआईएलआर इंटरव्यू में काम आएगा. आप कोई भी आप कैट नॉन कैट बंदे बैठे हो, ठीक है, मतलब इंजीनियर नॉन इंजीनियर बैठे हो, मैं इंटरव्यू हूँ, मैंने आपसे एक पजल पूछ ली, रिंग कटिंग कंसेप्ट पूछ लिया कि ये इतने इतने पीस में डिवाइड करना है, तो मैं कितने मिनिमम कट लगाऊं कि मेरे को इतने पीस मिल जाए. या क्यूब का ही क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, वो स्टैंडर्ड क्यूब आता है कि मैं कितने कट मिनिमम कट विल गेट मैक्सिमम पीसेस, या मैक्सिमम पीसेस मिल गए उससे मिनिमम कट बताना है. सो दिस इज गेम ऑफ लाइफ, दिस इज लर्निंग ऑफ लाइफ. एंड एट लास्ट आप ये नहीं सोचो कि भाई कैट नहीं तो क्या, आपकी लर्निंग कितनी हुई वो देखो ना. आपने कितना, या आपने लाइक यू हैव गिवन दैट टाइम विच यू अदरवाइज वुड हैव वेस्टेड इन अदर थिंग्स, है ना. And adding on to Karan's journey, I was true witness that this man is a warrior, literally warrior. So I really want Karan to make a video on how he handled and managed DILR part, especially for non-engineers. And his DILR journey was inspiring and was inspiration for me also. Literally I have seen his growth over the time, and it is about battling your fears. देखो पता है आपको एक सच बात बताऊं, कैट एक ऐसा एग्जाम है, आपने कभी सोचा कि ये 3 सब्जेक्ट को ही क्यों रखता है? एक तो पूरा वीआरसी हो गया, ठीक है, एक पूरा आपका डीआईएलआर हो गया, और एक पूरा क्वांट हो गया. व्हाई ओनली दीज 3 सब्जेक्ट्स? भाई और कुछ भी तो था, मतलब आप इकोनॉमिक्स रख सकते थे, आप कुछ भी और रख सकते हो, नॉट इकोनॉमिक्स को जनरल चीज रख सकते हो, आपने नहीं रखी. इट इज अबाउट कि पता है ये 3 चीज जो है ना, इनमें से कोई हर बंदा ना एक चीज में वीक होता है. 2 में भी मिलेंगे, 3 में भी मिलेंगे लेकिन एक में तो पक्कम पक्की होते हैं कोई ना कोई, ठीक है
ब्रो. हाँ,
सो ये एग्जाम का जो एंड गोल है ना, इट इज अबाउट बैटलिंग योर फियर्स को. एक जो है ना उसको आपको बैटल करना है, उस बैटल्स में आपको जीतना है. सो फियर की बैटल है ये, तो उसको आपको जीत के कैट तक पहुंचना है. लेकिन ये जर्नी में ना आप बहुत स्किल्स गेन करते हो. इट इज नॉट कोडिंग स्किल एंड ऑल, बहुत डिफरेंट स्किल गेन करते हो कि आप फियर को कैसे ओवरकम करते हो, ऑब्स्टेकल आता है उसको कैसे रिमूव करते हो, उसको कैसे डील करते हो, एंड कैसे अपने टारगेट तक पहुंचते हो. लिमिटेड कंस्ट्रेंट है, यू मे नॉट हैव कि भाई आपके पास सारी ऑनलाइन चीजों का एक्सेस है, नहीं है, यूट्यूब पे जितना है उससे करो. इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज अबाउट कि मेरे पास कम एक्सेस था या ज्यादा एक्सेस था. आज के टाइम में तो वो चीज रही नहीं है. इट इज अबाउट हाउ गुड यू गो, हाउ गुड यू हैव योर plan here in the mind, because if you'll have here, you'll be able to execute it.
Yes, bro, and I think you should definitely make a video on goal 1 approach and goal 2 approach, because that genuinely created a difference in my score. So yeah, we'll be definitely making a video on that. So I guess that's it for this video. I think we've pretty much shared everything we knew. And in the end, I just want to say that improvement doesn't happen overnight. You have to put in small efforts every day. Like when I was preparing for CAT, I was not just preparing for CAT. I was doing a lot of things. I was doing an MBA, so managing both the things was a very big struggle for me. And you will have days when you'll doubt yourself, when you'll question your decisions, and but you just have to stay consistent. That is, I think it's very important. And you need to have a friend like Arun who can lift you.
Thank you, Karan, bro, for having me here. And we need to have a friend. I need to have a friend like Karan. So we are like brothers.
Yes, bro.
So adding on, see, if we can do, you can do. And things are not that much difficult. You are not that much bad. Stay tuned, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next
See you on the next
time.
video. Let's go.